welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Podcast. The podcast reviews of movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 591, and it is your review of Tangerine. As always, it is the Nerd Economic here to post the show alongside my wonderful co-host Brad Young Yoda.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to a wonderful Friday evening with the
Yep.
nerds.
Live Friday evening for the patrons and on the public on Saturday mornings. But of course, we hope that everyone is doing well. We hope that everyone's safe, happy, and healthy. But yeah, we're live and early for our patrons over at patreon.com/slash the nerdcore. At the $1 tier, they get this episode early before anybody else does. So thank you to our wonderful patrons. Uh, Brad, um, yesterday where there was kind of a little thing going on over there with you, so we couldn't do this episode, but we're doing it today.
Yeah, just a
Yeah,
little thing,
a little thing, right? Yeah. But
little thing.
other
Glad
than
to be
that
here.
little
Glad my
thing,
house is here. So
yeah. Other than that little thing, how are you doing, Brad?
I'm doing all right. Got a nap in today, so I was happy. I
Nice.
watched
Nice.
whatever the hell that Sam Jackson thing is. I watched
Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion. Yeah, I watched that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this goes up for everybody on Saturday, so our review's already up. But we're doing this on Friday, so we're doing this review before we do Secret Invasion. So yeah, I hope you all listen to that. But yeah, I today I went to work, Brad. I worked. Um, I recorded my video, edited my videos today. Watched the new Wes Anderson film, Asteroid City.
Oh, how enjoyable!
Oh, I think it's way better than French Dispatch.
Hey, that's saying
Way
something.
better.
French Dispatch, pretty good.
Yeah, that was way better than French Dispatch. Not like the best he's ever done, but definitely good work from Wes
I mean,
Anderson.
it's hard to beat Grand Budapest Hotel. Let's be real here.
Yeah, yeah. It's no Grand Budapest. It's no Life Aquatic or anything like that, but it is a pretty good film.
Is it hotter than hell over there?
Brad, you have no fucking idea, bro.
Yeah, because you'll get humidity, but it's fucking hot over here.
Yeah, dude, it's terrible, man. Like
Yeah,
there's a clear distinguishable difference here, right?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You start looking like my dad, bro. Yeah, this is getting
The
ridiculous, bro. Like,
surface of the sun.
yup. Like, oh my god, bro, it is ridiculous out
I'm
here.
kind of I'm kind of scared for tomorrow because I'm taking me and Brenda's anniversary is Tuesday, but I'm
Yeah,
taking her out on tomorrow. We're gonna
yeah,
go wine tasting. It won't be hot as fuck.
yeah. Good luck with that, Brad.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. Good luck. You'll be nice and cool during the Forbidden Door watch along on Sunday, though.
Indeed, indeed.
But yeah, man. Yeah, I just did that, and we came back here, and yeah, a lot of just productive day today. Finished my video, so I need to just get to back to work on stuff. But other than that, just pretty regular Friday here.
We're not sponsored by them, but a little bit of the bubbly. A little bit of
Oh man, yeah. I was worried about you, man. I thought I was like, damn, Brad, is he gonna even be? Is Brad even gonna be here? Oh, what happened to him?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was watching and waiting. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
But it stayed on the other side of the highway, so
yeah. But today we're going to go ahead and be continuing on with our Pride Month reviews as we look at another film today. All this month, we've been able to do two themes. We've been able to run a Wes Anderson month, and then we've been able to run a little Pride Month here. Of course, we couldn't do the full four, full five, because what's it called? We only have we couldn't do the mini pod. But instead of doing a second mini pod, we did a commentary for Pride Month, and it's available now. You guys can go and watch or listen to our Benedetta movie commentary on patreon.com/nerdcore at the $5 tier.
yeah, that one's definitely behind the paywall.
That one was a great movie commentary, Brad. I don't know about you, man. I thought that was great. I thought that was
yeah,
great.
yeah. It's definitely behind a paywall for a reason though.
Yeah. I've got to say, man, I thought that was one of our best commentaries yet. Yeah.
It definitely had its moments.
Yeah.
Especially
But
with Keon just going, "Oh god."
yep. But yeah, that's
We
going on over there.
in
But
heaven. Check back and see.
yep, wonderful time, Brad. Wonderful time. But I hope y'all have been enjoying. I hope y'all enjoy that for the people who have watched it, the people who haven't. But it's up there if you guys want to watch it, man. But yeah, without further ado, I guess we should probably get into this. So if you have not watched Tangerine, you should probably get out of here if you care about spoilers. And if you want to watch it, it is on on Max. So
Get out.
yeah. And but if you stay here, that means you don't care about spoilers or you've already seen the film, so you can probably just stick around. Either way, how any of that goes, this is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Brad, this is your last pick, and that means you can go ahead and introduce us to Sean Baker's Tangerine.
I get to read. Um, Coming from our one and only source, Wikipedia, Tangerine is a 2015 American comedy drama film directed by Sean Baker and written by Baker and Chris Burgok. Burgok? Burgok. Starring Kitana Kiki Rodriguez, Maya Taylor, and James Ransone. The story follows a transgender sex worker who discovers her boyfriend and pimp has been cheating on her. The film was shot with 3 iPhone 5S smartphones. Tangerine premiered at the 2015 Sundance Film Festival on January 23rd, 2015. It had a limited release on July 10th, 2015 through Magnolia Pictures. It received critical acclaim for its screenplay, direction, performances, and portrayal of transgender individuals.
That's all.
Sorry. Produced by or written by Sean Baker, Chris Burgok, produced by Sean Baker, Carrie Cox, Marcus Cox, Darren Dean, Shi Ching So. Why does that name sound familiar? Starring Katana Kiki Rodriguez, Maya Taylor, Karen Karagulian, Mickey O'Hagan, Ala Tumanian, James Renzone. Cinematography, Sean Baker, Radium Chung. Edited by Baker. Budget $100,000. Box office $935,900. They 10 times that.
My God. So yeah, this shit made its movie back, bro.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Um,
that's
but
kind of impressive for a
yeah,
film shot on three
3
smartphones.
iPhones, bro. Hey, when there's a will, there's
A
a fucking way,
5S
bro.
at that. I don't even remember the DM5S.
I don't remember it either, bro. I don't remember it either. Um, but yeah, man. This is a movie that I actually watched for a cinema condition way back in the day, Brad. I did it with what's it called with AK.
Ah, wow, way back in the day.
Way back in the day, bro. It was a
Huh.
lot of fun, and I watched this movie and I was like, "Oh my god, bro! Like this is actually really fucking good." But yeah, Brad, what are your initial thoughts on Tangerine?
This movie was pretty good. I mean, it was funny. It definitely cinematography definitely had the quality of an iPhone 5S, but that's what you get when you shoot on an iPhone
An Alpha
5S. So
5S, yeah.
yeah, so it didn't really take away. Like once I know that, I'm like, okay, I get it. I mean, it looked as good as the '90s Ninja Turtle movies. So, uh, but anyways, I thought the storytelling was pretty funny. There were very memorable scenes. When the taxi driver came into focus, I'm like, why the fuck are we following this guy? We are just following the two other, you know, ladies, and I don't know. I mean, I get it him at the end, so but overall I thought it was funny and very interesting. Like one of those films you don't really get to see this kind of perspective on the transgender community.
Yeah, man. I agree. It's not even just transgender community, but also what's it called? Sex work, man. It's
Yeah,
it's you never see
prostitution.
stuff like this.
No.
It's they
Uh,
never do anything like this,
oh,
and
especially the daily lives. Like just seeing Alexandra singing and doing pretty well at it.
fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah. Um,
Although her friends were smoking crack in the bathroom side. I mean, life's rough out in these streets.
yeah. I mean, dude, like I said, so my initial thoughts this movie is fucking crazy. Like there's so much going on in this movie. It is wild, bro.
When that taxi driver picks an actual woman up,
And he's just like pissed off. He's like,
that is not your street.
yeah, he's like, that street is not for you. You need a like, well, hold on, Brad. Actual woman. Let's biological
Well,
woman. Yeah.
yes,
Oh,
biological.
let's
Sorry.
go biological woman, right? But yeah, he's just like that's not your street. Like, get off that street. But there's something about Sean Baker that I like really, really, really what's it called appreciate, and is the way that he kind of approaches these stories and he approaches filmmaking. He's like kind of this filmmaker that's like, you know, I'm going to make my movie by any means possible. And I don't care what kind of people think about my movie, but also like that he's also very like, how can I say this without sounding like an asshole? Because like some of his movies are kind of like, yo, this is like the way I think about Harmony Korine. Like Harmony Korine makes white trash films.
Hmm.
Yeah, where this guy just simply like he has this idea, he gets his camera ready like with anything possible to like to record, and he's just there ready to do it, man. And it's like it's so uncompromising. Like he doesn't compromise for shit, man. Like you can tell this is Sean Baker's vision through and through.
You kind of want that for directors, though, right?
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
they
one
don't
hundred
where they don't
percent.
have the studio head in the room telling them that ain't gonna sell.
Yeah,
That's
and
what I mean. This is probably a pretty controversial film,
oh, one
especially when
hundred
it came out
percent.
in 2015.
Yeah, because like I mean, even at the time, I think we're right now we're living through a very rough time where it's like, we're what's called the transgender community is being like uh is being what's it called persecuted harder than they've been before. I mean, we grew up during the 80s, and I mean during the 90s, man, and it was, you know, back then it was pretty bad, but like now, laws and stuff like that are really making it harder, and nobody was making movies about this stuff. And if they did, they
Mm-mm.
were probably independent as they get, like
Yeah.
indie as they fucking get.
Well, I mean, and this reminds me of the documentaries of they had the gay director, I forget his name though, but really, enduring documentary on the AIDS epidemic that he did. Um,
Oh, damn.
you know who I'm talking about, but
Yeah, yeah, I know who you're
I
talking
mean,
about.
this is probably as controversial as that was back in the 80s when he
Yeah.
released that.
But what I like is that, Sean Baker knows that he's tackling very like, sensitive subject matter.
Oh yeah,
And yet
prostitution and transgender.
yeah, and he's able to like put in his humor and all that stuff. Like, I fucking loved when she goes into the room and she finds Dinah finally,
It just
and
drags her for the whole rest of the
just
fucking
fucking
movie.
dog walks her, like just fucking drags that bitch over, man. Or when what's it called or when the Armenian taxi driver's wife comes in, and
Whew.
Alexandra says what's it called, oh, you couldn't take her to a good hairdresser, huh? I was like,
Damn.
oh, you guys
Like
need to shut the
damn.
fuck up, like this is
Y'all
about to
not
get
y'all
worse.
are making the situation better.
Yeah,
And then the poor donut shop lady, she's just watching all this and just like, I
yeah.
can't.
Yeah, he's like, I let that dude like have his space here to conduct his business, and all of y'all came in to just disrupt it. But yeah, like I said, the movie takes so many twists and turns, bro. And even then, like you bring up the cinematography, like I think for what you're making here, I think it's not even that distracting.
No, it's
I
not.
think
I mean, it makes sense, honestly. It's
yeah,
kind of gritty.
yeah. What is a little bit distracting, and it's probably my main gripe with this movie, is the music choices. I think we're like we switch between like some really like atmospheric stuff, and then you just have this like random ass dubstep, which I 100% I believe it is because of the time that this came out and how dubstep was
Yeah,
huge in
but
that
but
time.
so, but sometimes it feels like, well, it's very loud and very pronounced, and it
Yeah,
doesn't fit the scene necessarily. I mean, there is some of the music choices where she's like walking down the street looking for him or his other
his
lady. Yeah,
his pimp.
his,
Yeah,
his yeah, and he's looking to beat their ass. That music, it made sense.
yeah,
But there were times where the music just gets really loud out of nowhere, and you're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
what are we doing?
yeah. But like overall, man, I think this movie's paced pretty well. It's like so entertaining that it's just like
Yeah.
you're sitting there and you're just like, oh my god, like I don't even see it
Well, I'm
ticking
waiting for
past.
the fucking next thing to happen because it's like, I mean, this guy literally like leaves his family on Christmas Eve to go to this woman's singing.
Yeah, well, to go to this woman singing, and also because he heard that Alexandra was
Not
back.
Alexandria, but
Yeah, I'm sorry, Cindy. Cindy was
Cindy.
back.
Yeah, Cindy was back in town.
Yeah, and obviously he loves Cindy. Like that's her. That's his favorite. That's his favorite prostitute.
Yeah,
Um,
and also we I mean, like Sean Baker doesn't really turn away. We literally see a scene in a car wash
yeah,
that
it was
goes deep
straight going
throat.
down, bro. Yeah, yeah. And that's why, like, that's why I found it so fucking hilarious when he just got pissed off. He's just like, because he's like, no, 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 you don't go down on me. Don't worry about it. Like, I'll
Yeah.
go down on you. And he's like, wait, what the fuck? Like, what's that? Like, but there's what's up?
No, no, I'm just laughing at.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? Like, get out of here. Like, that's not your corner. That's not your street. And then,
That's probably the
then
funniest part of the movie.
yeah, there's also just like parts that are like really like eye opening to what sex workers go through, man. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
especially drug addiction and
yeah,
I mean the one scene where is it Dinah? Yeah, Dinah. Dinah is basically kicked out of where she was living
yeah,
because I guess the madam filled up when
the
she
spot.
left, and she's just sitting there outside of it.
Yeah. Or then also like that dude who picked Alexandra up first, and he what's it called, he wanted to get her service. He did obviously didn't have enough for like the full service, but he said, hey, would you like do this for me, and then I'm gonna what's it called, and we could do it. And he's like, yeah. She was like, well, because it's Christmas and I'm in a giving mood, I'm gonna do this for you. Which bullshit. She needed the money, so like
Yeah,
she's gonna take it. And then
$40 is $40.
yeah, and but because the guy became like stubborn and he's like, "Hey, like I didn't finish. I shouldn't have to pay you," which is like, no, what's it called? You start
No,
the
I
service.
I already touched that. It's
Yeah,
your fault you couldn't get off. So,
yeah. It's like,
but
give me my
then it gets
money,
into a whole fight in front of police, and
which
the
is
cops are like, "Well,
which
we've seen
one of
this
my
a few
favorite
times."
lines in this film is when he's starting to like swing on her and he goes, "Oh, you forget I got a dick."
That was pretty funny. That was pretty
I
funny
was like,
actually.
"Oh my god!" Like, this
Gonna
fucking
get your ass
movie.
beat.
Yeah. Like, oh, you forget I got a dick. Oh my god! But yeah, man, Sean Baker's Tangerine is phenomenally what's it called entertaining, and it's a film
It's
that
pretty funny. It's pretty hilarious.
just as is equally eye opening as it is entertaining.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a. I mean, one of those. Can't say I've seen a movie quite like it.
Yeah, and I'm glad we didn't end with like the whole like that Alexandra had slept with what's it called, Chester, and all that. Instead, we kind of like are reminded like at the end of the day, like this community goes through so many things, and
Yeah,
at the end of the day, like what if they don't have the people, like their allies, at least they're gonna have each other, right?
yeah. Let's
And
sit next to them and wash their clothes when shitheads throw piss at them.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, but that whole fucking part in the donut time, bro, just that whole scene is just so freaking anxiety inducing, especially because like
Because like it's the mother-in-law, and then it's the wife, and then
and
it
like
just
it's
even
not
before that.
subtitled.
Yeah,
None of the Armenian is subtitled, but 100% what is being said in
uh-huh.
that whole dinner, and then like her like going to donut time and her talking to him like in donut time, like like you don't need subtitles to know what the hell is going down right there.
Yeah. There is some shit.
Yeah, my God, man. But Brad, you have anything else to bring up before we go into the final verdict?
No, not really. I mean, definitely an entertaining, eye-opening experience for sure.
I
One of
love.
those movies that I can't say again. I can't say I've seen anything quite like it.
No, not at all. I'd like to say that his what's it called? His movies aren't the same as the as all of them. Florida Project is it's obviously his best work. Sean Baker's best work. His last movie, Red Rocket, was fucking funny as shit. One of the best movies I've seen that year. Um, but what's it called? I have never seen his first movie, Starlet, which
Hmm.
is apparently one that I need to get to soon. But yeah, he's a one of a kind filmmaker, man. I don't think there's a lot doing it like him. I think he's like I said, he's uncompromising. He's willing to touch on the things that we don't want to touch,
I mean,
and he's able
and
to bring it to screen in a respectful way.
yeah, and I think we can say that with all his films, he's probably gonna be a little controversial.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's no stranger to that at all. I think he's a very he's very out there sometimes, and but not like Harmony Korine, who I think is just a little too out there. But yeah, but yeah, I was gonna also say I love that they thought buying from the lady at Donut Time was gonna let her forget that like they're acting up and getting rowdy. It's like no, dude, like
Nah, she calling cops.
she called the fucking cops, bro.
She's
She
sitting here
called.
watching all this. She getting tired of y'all's asses. It's a
Yeah,
place of business.
it's a business. Brad, what is your final verdict on Tangerine?
I'm gonna give Tangerine an 8.5 out of 10.
All right, Brett. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and give my final verdict on Tangerine is gonna be an 8 out of 10. I really like this movie. I think it's fucking fantastic, but it's not as good as the Florida Project. It's better than Red Rocket, even though I think that Red Rocket is
See,
fucking
and I
fantastic.
haven't seen any of those. So,
You gotta watch them, man. They're just fantastic movies.
and Florida Project has Defoe in it, right?
Yes, yes. Which is one of his best performances. I
Hmm.
100% believe that he should have won Best Actor for that because it was really good. But he technically has what's it called? 5 films. We can do what's it called? A full
Month.
month for him because he has 4 letter words, Takeout, Starlit, The Florida Project, and Red Rocket.
Hmm.
So we could do his own month one of these days. Also, if you were interested, he did direct the Taco Bell Fry Again commercial. Oh God. Well, with that said, that concludes our review of Tangerine. And of course, if you would like to keep up to date with us on all things social media, make sure you follow us at the Nerdcore underscore on Twitter, thenerdcore.com on our website, Instagram at the Nerdcore, patreon.com/the Nerdcore to get this episode live and early before anyone gets it on the public feed. Also, if you want to talk to us about the films of Sean Baker, you can probably check us out on Discord. Join our Discord by clicking that link in the description on both the audio and video components. And of course, if you are watching this on YouTube, please leave a like on the video, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. It would really help us out. If you're on a podcast app like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Google Podcasts, we would really appreciate if you drop a 5-star review for us. It helps us out a lot with the algorithm and being able to, get this show to different eyes, Brad. Um, but of course, we want to thank the wonderful patrons who make this possible, especially our producer Shane. Where can you find him, Brad?
You follow our friend Shane as twitch.tv/xsrk or on Twitter at thriftedil or go by something from the suppy god at presentcityvintage.com. Also check out his store.
Damn straight. And of course, we want to thank you all so much for joining us during this month. Next month, we won't have another review, so we only were able to do 3. But look, man, I'm glad that we were able to do this. I wanted to do this to make sure that you all get a little bit of different films that we're talking about. And of course, we hope that everybody had a great Pride Month whenever you're listening to this, and we hope that you all continue to have even better Pride months even after. Of course, remember, y'all, just love each other. At the end of the day, that's the only thing we can do. Respect each other, love each other, and be good human beings. Because our time on this earth is so, so, so little. And why spend it just being a dickhead when you could just be a good human, right?
I agree.
Yeah. And watch good movies, man. They're great. But we talked about some great movies, so all of these movies
Indeed.
you
This
definitely
whole
should go
month.
watch them.
Been a good month.
Been a good month. We'll be back on Monday, live for the patrons as we conclude for the public on Tuesday, our Wes Anderson month. We're going to be talking about the Royal Tenenbaums, but on Thursday, live on patreon.com/nerdcore at the $5 tier and above is our exclusive review as we, officially conclude Wes Anderson month by looking at his film Rushmore. But without further ado, Brad, let's go ahead and get him out of here.
All right, Raul. Thank you for being host as always. Thank all those who join us in chat in the future. Thank all our listeners out there, all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, the only thing I have to say is be kind. Young Yoda out.